Well, I'm not 100% sure how I feel about this, but it's the end of an era. Fella's just coming to pick up the Sneaky Schnaps. It's sold. It's been sitting on my driveway for possibly a year, and I've used it probably twice. Kind of sentimental value. I didn't really want to get rid of it, if I'm honest with you. I really wanted to keep it, and I don't know why. It's just sentimental value, but it's better. It goes to a good home. It's sitting underneath these trees, filling up with leaves, rotting away in the sun. I'd rather see it to go a good home, but yeah, it's a little bit sad to see the end of it, to be honest, to see it go. We've had some really good times in this boat. It's kind of where the whole salt fix thing started, and made a lot of videos in this boat, as you guys would no doubt be aware. She still goes. She still bloody performs. Still a great little boat. So yeah, hopefully the new owner gets as much good times out of it as what I did, and yeah, hopefully sees him through for a good couple of years yet. She's a solid little hull. Absolutely nothing wrong with the hull. The motor still runs, still gets over 30-35 knots out of it. Roars along beautiful. So yeah, good luck to the new owner. And on that note, as I say goodbye to this one, I thought I'd run you through some stuff on the new boat, and just talk about some of the upgrades, why we've moved up, and where it's got us to, and you know, how things have improved for us since we've moved to the new boat. Nothing against the old boat. Like I say, I'm really sad to see the old girl go, but there's a few small things on the big boat that have just really been game changer for us, and I'll run you through that as soon as this bloke hooks his boat up and drives out with it. And I'll probably shed a little tear, because like I say, I'm really sad to see it go, but I can't keep two boats. I keep being reminded. I'm just in the process now of building a laying a limestone wall and building a pad for a new shed that I got to put here for the for my boat, because it can't live under a cover forever. So I can't hold on to two boats, unfortunately. I've got the dinghy down there as well, which makes three, and yeah, it's just a waste. Good boat just going away. So it'll be good to see it go to a good home, and hopefully the new owner has a great time with it, just like we did. Oh, there she goes, the Schnaps. Well, she's gone, the old Sneaky Schnaps. Sad to see her go, but yeah, certainly hope the new owner Luke has as good a time with it as what we did. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity to just do a bit of a rundown of this new boat and just a few of the differences. Obviously there's a massive difference in price between this one and the other one, but I kind of feel like, as much as we had a great time with that and it suited us for all the inshore fishing we were doing, I feel like we just kind of grew out of it, to be honest. It was an awesome boat. It did what we needed to do, but we kind of just grew out of it. We wanted it to go a bit further, and sort of upgraded to this one. And yeah, I haven't looked back since, but there's been a few things on this boat. I mean, the cumulative effect of the whole boat has been absolutely awesome, but there's been a few just total game changers which made things really good for us and really improved the fishing for us. Number one has got to be the Simrad. Having that big Simrad, I don't think, well, the very first time we took this boat out, we sanded over an inshore bommy that we'd fished for snapper plenty of times, and it was the first time that I'd ever seen, like, the shape of the bommy, a school of bait hanging off the back of it, and actual fish attacking the school. And we clearly, myself, Jack and Lee, all three of us went, that is a jewfish. It was just like so clear that there was a jewfish hanging on this bommy eating the school of bait. That was the very first time we used it. Since then, as you're no doubt aware, as if you've been watching our videos from the beginning, we've been catching more and more and more inshore jewfish, all due to the Simrad. We don't even drop unless we spot them now. It's literally, we're driving over lumps that we'd always fish for snapper. Sometimes I'll drive over it and go no, other times I'll see the bait holding, I'll see the fish holding, and it's simply a matter of just dropping onto the fish, and you can literally watch it on the sound. You can watch your jig come down, you can watch the fish come over and hit your jig. It's really revolutionized the inshore demersal fishing for us anyway. The other thing that has really helped that is the 4-stroke engine, coupled with the hydraulic steering. I mean, with the old boat, the motor was fine, nothing was wrong with it, but there's just no way you would be able to reverse into the wind and hold it in position while you fished like a small patch of bommy like I'm talking about now. The bommies we're fishing are only sort of the size of a car, and I'm hovering the boat back and forwards, and hovering and holding it in position. With the old two-stroke, you just would have died of inhalation from the fumes. They get a bit cranky at idle, they don't like it. The old cable steering was a bit tight. You can't position and maneuver as quite as good as what you can. This thing here is just a non-event. You can just leave it in reverse and it just ticks away. It's quiet, it doesn't smell, the boat holds in position, and you can stay in position and drop your jigs literally straight on top of the fish. So it's an absolute game changer. For our demersal fishing, at least for that sort of thing. But overall, just the comfort. I mean, it's not a huge boat, it's only a metre bigger than what the other one was, but that metre came with a whole lot more bulk, just a lot more weight, a lot more just bulk. This thing just cuts through the chop, it smashes through. As you can see, I've got seats here, it's comfortable, you're in the shade, you're out of the weather, you're comfortable. It just slices, it just makes a day on the water far less taxing. If you don't have to hold on, you don't have to brace yourself at every opportunity, you can relax, you can sit down, you can put your feet up. It just makes a day on the water a whole lot more relaxing. So that's also been a bigger factor for us as well, because we've been traveling a bit further than what we ever used to. We've been going out to the direction bank, we've been doing a bit of deeper stuff that we never did before, because it just does it so easily, this boat. You can sit on 25 knots in most conditions in this boat, and it just eats up the chop like nothing. The old boat, while it was all right in the chop, it was still, it was a light, small 5-meter boat, so it felt the chop, I'm not going to lie about it. And you take spray over the top, whatever, this thing just cleaves its way through. You sit comfortable, you're dry, and it makes traveling an event so much better for that as well. So that's kind of been the game changers as far as demersal fishing goes, and our snapper fishing, just being able to sound the bait a whole lot easier and find those fish, rather than before we were just sort of looking for a rough ledge and a bit of bait and that would be it. Now we're actually finding the fish. The sound is just marking them out, and I'm still running the 3-in-1 transducer. I haven't even put the through hole 1 kilowatt in yet, but that is on my list of things to do, is to get the 1 kilowatt through hole transducer mounted in this thing. But yeah, no rush now, the demersal closed anyway. So the other thing is the boom anchor. I know I talk about it, I don't get paid to talk about it, by the way. I just really love it. Just the confidence I've got in this thing. As you see where we're anchoring up for these kingfish and so forth, in amongst the swells, in amongst the reef, I mean, we're getting right in there, and there's no arguing about it. If the anchor pulls, you got really a short time to react and get yourself sorted. But I've just got so much confidence in that anchor. I put it down, it grabs. There's no argument about it. Sand, weed, reef, whatever it is, the anchor just grabs straight away and it does not let go. I haven't had it pull out on me. I know it's going to grab, and I'm totally confident reversing into one of those reefs with swells and everything coming across the top and the easterly blowing us towards it. I'm totally confident that that anchor is going to grab and hold, and it's been amazing. And the ability to be able to do that from inside the cab with a winch, well, you don't have to get up the front and play around. I can literally drive the boat, hover it where I need to hover, drop the winch, and keep the boat on position as I'm dropping the anchor at the same time. I mean, like I said, some of the bommies that we fish are really small and really isolated patches of fluff and so forth. The ability to be able to hold the boat in position while you're dropping the anchor, and knowing that anchor is not going to drag 20 meters before it grabs, it just makes positioning yourself and getting on the fish so much easier. Being 5 meters, 10 meters off can be the difference between catching or not catching. With the old boat, plenty of occasions we'd have to pull up the anchor, try again a second, a third, a fourth time before I was happy with where it anchored. Sometimes it just didn't grab properly. The reef picks sort of grab and they work their way across the top, and one prong would grab and straighten, then another prong would grab, and you know, sometimes it would take a few shots for us to get where we wanted to get. And having this boomer and the winch together and being able to hover. So now moving on to kingfish. So the kingfish thing is we're still learning. We don't know much about it yet. We've had a few lucky strikes and we're starting to put a bit of a picture together. I'm not going to talk too much about it until I sort of get it better in my head, before I start trying to you know, talk about how we do it and what's the best conditions and blah blah blah, because we're still trying to work on it ourselves. We've had a few lucky strikes and we've scored some good fish. We have seen some amazing fish. We spotted some on the drone recently that was really decent fish. I've been smoked by some really big ones, and that leads me to tackle. So as you no doubt watched the video, I got absolutely sizzled. That's a 30 pounder or P3 outfit that I had up there with a Daiwa Saltist. That line I'm pretty sure is Maxwell line, and that is rated close to 40 pounds. That line, I had that drag cranked right up. It wasn't stopping. I mean, that was pretty clear from the video. That fish was not stopping. It was well out of my league. I needed something heavier. I don't have a huge amount of money to just go throwing at tackle at present, so I've got this, the Daiwa BG that I've got here, set up on a Shimano T-curve. This is fishing 50 pound line on it at the moment. I've got it, so I'm going to use it. So what I did is I ordered myself a set of carbon washers here. So I'm going to fit the BG up with some carbon washers and hopefully get a little bit more smoother drag out of it at higher settings. I want to try to fish that locked. 50 pound is probably still not going to be enough, but I'm going to fish it hard. I'm going to fish it fully locked, hand on the spool if I need to, and it's just going to be, yeah, either the fish wins or I win sort of stuff. That's the kind of scenario we're going to go with. At present, I don't have a couple of $1,000s to fork out on an 80 pound outfit. As soon as we start talking about that sort of outfit, you know, you're looking at big money for like a Saltiga and the rod to go with it. You know, you're looking at $2,000. I'm not going to drop that on an outfit right this minute, just to go chasing kingfish. I'm going to try this, see if we can stop him with the 50. If I can stop him with the 50, I'm happy. If I can't, my good mate Paul said he will lend me his GT popping outfit. He's got a Saltiga set up, P10 all ready to go, so I'll borrow that off of him if I have a struggle with this one, and then we'll see if we can stop one of the big boys with that. But in the meantime, I'm just going to go with the heavier drag washers and just fish hard. None of this let it have drag and let's run. It's going to be let's lock the spool and tug of war time, see how it goes. So also on the kingfish thing, we figured out from watching some of the videos and some of the footage that we've got, I think I've also been watching a lot of stuff online as well, some videos from New Zealand and over east, and it seems to me that live bait is what needs to happen. Everyone who catches big kings uses live bait. So at present I've got these two tanks at the back here, this one here and this one here. Neither one of those is actually rigged as a live bait tank. They've both got drains in them and everything else like that. I've already got a deck wash pump in here rigged up, so I bought a few fittings today. I bought a couple of skim fittings and I've got some clamps and so forth today. So I'm going to rig up my deck wash pump so I can actually switch it over. I can actually just switch it over, and then the deck wash pump will run the live bait tank. So then we're going to try fishing the live baits. We'll be back into the kingfish over the next few months hopefully, and get a bit of an idea on what makes them tick, when they bite, when they don't bite, and what makes it happen, and then we'll start sharing our results from there onwards. So that's probably it for this video. It was just a bit of a farewell to the old Sneaky Schnaps. I'll probably roll a bit of footage of the old Sneaky Schnaps in action, some of my favourite clips as a bit of an outro. But yep, good luck Luke, I hope you enjoy the boat mate. We had a ball with it, and yeah, good luck to you. I hope you have as much fun as what we did with it, and farewell to the snaps. If you like our videos, any questions, please put them in the comments below. Like, subscribe. The merch, I'm not wearing it right now, but you guys have probably already seen it. New Saltfix merch on board, saltfixfishing.com. Check it out on the website. The shirts are out for $35. We're pretty happy with the design, looks pretty cool. If you like our videos, stay tuned and we'll see you in the next episode.